Hi, everyone. It is Jaime Jo Wright here at Mad Lit Musings Podcast, and I am recording from a remote location. So everything's a little bit different today. And I have Sarah Monzon with me, who is going to roll with the punches. And really glad you're here with us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
This is great because it's the perfect time of year to be talking about your book, which is probably why your book just released. But it is called All's Fair in Love and Christmas. So, and it released from Bethany House Publishers in September.
Yep, September 5.
Awesome. Sounds good. So, the question all the authors love to answer. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Okay. Okay, well, it is obviously a holiday book, a holiday romantic comedy. So hopefully if somebody reads it, they can get a couple chuckles in here or there. It is basically about an office that see if this was like
Right. I know it's hard.
it really is
Readers
hard.
don't know how hard it is to answer the question, what's your book about?
Nice, but it's like it's an entire book and you're supposed to say it in like 2 sentences.
I know. I know. It's horrible.
Okay, so this office romance.
Okay.
Okay, so the main character is Mackenzie, and she's worked there for quite a while, but she has social anxiety. So she just kind of keeps to herself, does her job, and that's it. She does have a little office crush, but she's more of like the wallflower that just admires from afar, that sort of thing. However, there is a promotion, and it's for some odd reason, this promotion always comes up at Christmas time. Not the same promotion, obviously,
Right.
but a promotion always comes up at Christmas time. And the pattern is that it's not necessarily the person that's the best for the job that gets the job. It's the person that has the most Christmas spirit. So in order to get the job, which she is up for, she has to basically out Christmas the other person, which is Jeremy, who is her little crush.
So. I love that. Out Christmasing somebody. That needs to be a new term. I really like that. Yeah. I would get out Christmas pretty quickly.
But probably not out Halloween.
I was just gonna say I'll beat you in out and Halloween, but not Christmas.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like the fact too that you brought in the element of social anxiety. I mean, even though you're doing like a rom-com and everything's lighthearted, that's a really real thing for people. And I don't know that a lot of people understand that.
Yeah, or they might have a, like, oh, they're just shy or something like that. It's a lot more than just being shy.
It is.
Being an introvert, it's more than that.
Did you have to do research on social anxiety, or have you experienced it, or
right
is
that
my personal
research right here to my own psyche?
Yeah, no, I get that. It's funny because you can take all these personality profile tests too on whether you're introverted or extroverted, etc. But I've found that the introvert and extrovert has nothing to do with social anxiety, because I can go into some situations and completely be paralyzed. And my husband has sometimes looked at me and been like, "You look so mean right now." And nobody would want to come up and talk to you. And I'm like, good, that was the point, because I can't talk to anybody. I'm petrified.
Yeah, I can't tell you the number of times I've used my children as an excuse to get out of social situations.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, be like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to go. My kids need to whatever.
Yeah.
And they're fine. They like being around other people and talking and things like that, but not so much.
Yeah, it can be intimidating. There's no doubt. Well, I love that Mackenzie experiences that, just because I think a lot of readers will relate. And it's so great to have that type of representation in books where you don't have these effervescent heroines that just throw themselves in situations.
Yeah, they kick butt, like,
yeah.
It's Everdeens, which I love to read about because that's not who I am, but like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so tell me a little bit about Jeremy. Does he have any issues, or is he just the perfect man?
No, so the reason why they both want the promotion is mostly for the raise. So like
Okay.
Mackenzie doesn't actually want the promotion, but her mom is in extended care for early onset dementia, so she needs the money for that. And Jeremy also, he wants the job for career advancement reasons, but also he also needs the money. He is raising his twin niece and nephew who are preteens. His sister and her husband had died in a car accident when they were just toddlers, so he's been raising
Okay.
them himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his life like lined up and planned. You know, he's got his 5-year plan, his 10-year plan, his 15-year plan. He's, you know, and
Yes.
and to win the promotion, he's got his Christmas plan. On this day, he's doing this, and on this day, he's doing this. And his plans seem to happen the way that he hopes that they will.
It's kind of like a Christmas holiday ribbon unraveling of the plans.
Yeah, he definitely didn't plan on Mackenzie.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why the story is going to be really fun to read. Hopefully, yeah. So I noticed before I got on the podcast, I was looking at the book cover before I left my house and then did the great responsible thing of leaving the book back at the house. But both of them are holding coffee cups.
Are they?
And they are.
Like
Wait,
right
hold
now.
on. Am I mixing your cover up with someone else's?
I don't know. I'm gonna go get it. Hold on.
Go get it. Yeah, now I need to know. I could be completely wrong. I probably am.
No, no coffee cups.
Oh, you know who I'm mixing it up with? Yes, yours are holding stars.
They're both holding candy canes.
That's what it is. Okay. And then I was looking, I have your book and Rebecca Millette's book sitting next to each other. And both of them have that similar type of cover with those characters. Yes, yes. And they're holding coffee cups. Okay, sorry. But there's a shout out to Rebecca for everybody. But
yeah, I just got my copy of her book yesterday. So
yeah, that one looks good too. So okay, so yours are holding candy canes, which is also good because I like candy canes.
With lights like wrapped all around them.
Okay, so I do have to ask, is that in the book where they get tangled in lights, or is that just a book cover thing?
They don't get tangled in lights. That would have been fun though.
That's okay. Book number 2. There you go, Sarah. Make it a holiday tradition. We always get a Christmas book from Sarah Monzon.
I think Bethany, Melody Carlson already has beat me for that one.
Yeah, she does like to do that. I was talking to her the other day about her Christmas novellas and books, but we can always have more. I mean, can you have too many Christmas romance stories?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but okay, so they're both working in the same place. What type of job are they doing?
They are graphic designers.
Okay. So they both have an element of creativity to their souls, I suppose.
Yeah, she's definitely more of the creative aspect. That's the part of her job she likes and why she doesn't actually want the promotion, because the promotion deals more with like the customer service aspect, like going, pitching to people and things like that. And he's better at that sort of thing than sometimes his designs aren't quite up to par and he has to go back and fix some of them.
I like that.
Help him fix some of them.
Aha. And now they're competing for the same role in the company. That's a tough one too, because I'm thinking about the situations that you've put them both in, and their financial situations are to a degree like dire. Like, I mean, they're actually caregiving financial situations. It's not like somebody's trying to save up for a new car. It's like, I need to support my niece and nephew and my
which is why neither one of them can like step aside to let the other one have it.
Right. Oh, I was going to ask you, how did you resolve it? But that would be a spoiler.
Yes, that would be a spoiler.
All right. We'll leave that question unanswered. You can avoid that one, Sarah. Okay. So this is from Bethany House Publishers. So we know they're a Christian publisher. Is there a spiritual element to the book as well? Or is that just kind of organic?
Both.
Okay.
I would say the best spiritual aspects are usually organic.
Yeah.
But for this one, it has to do with her social anxiety. So she's always praying like, Lord, take this fear. You haven't given me a spirit of fear. Doing those Bible verses like that. And she feels like there's something wrong with her faith, that she doesn't have enough faith because she's still feeling these
Yeah.
things. And you know, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, so obviously something's wrong with her own faith.
Mhm.
That's her mindset.
Mhm.
And I did that because that's just something that's been perpetrated too much in church.
Yes.
That people that have anxiety and other mental health issues, have been told that too much. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
that if you just prayed harder or if you just believed more, it
Mhm.
would go away. Um,
Mhm.
so that's pretty much like the spiritual message in there, that there isn't a, you know, a correlation of your personal faith and
Right.
the things that you're struggling with.
Yeah.
That you can and should reach out for help.
Absolutely. No, I wholeheartedly agree with that too. And I think it's unfortunate that the church has sort of perpetrated that message too, because I think that's one of the great things about the grace of God is how he steps in where we are weak.
Hmm.
It's not that we have to somehow achieve some sort of strength to get our faith up to a particular level where
Yeah.
trouble disintegrates, right? So,
Yeah, and too many people that are in the pews and stuff then feel ashamed,
right,
don't want to share their struggles because
right.
they're feeling judged or
Yeah.
something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing worse than I went through a bout of pretty severe depression when I was going through some major health issues about 4 years ago. And there's nothing worse than somebody coming up to you and just say, I'm praying that God will just increase your faith and this will
Hmm.
just all because you just feel really small and you
Hmm.
feel like everything that you've fostered in your own spiritual life from day one to the day that you're in is just completely a waste of time because you just somehow have failed as a believer and it's not encouraging. So, okay, so a little bit not about your book, but in the concept of social anxiety and such, what is the best way in your experience to come alongside or encourage somebody who is struggling with those types of situations where they're nervous and it's not just shyness, but it is anxiety?
Um, just be there for them.
Mm,
I mean, encourage them for like small steps. It doesn't have to be, I mean, they don't have to go out and like go do a speech to conquer their
right.
fear type of thing. You know, that would be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Um, but just to be a safe space, or so if there's a party or whatever, and go with them and then stay by their side so that they're not, so there is somebody that they can talk to that they're comfortable with still, and it's not just
Right.
like this whole, I do that with my husband all the time. We have to go places, like with his job, there's, you know, Navy balls and things like that. And it's definitely not the place I'm most comfortable with because I usually don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So he's always really good about making sure that I'm, you know, next to him so that he can take care of most of the conversation. You know, I can just to say a word here or there so I'm
Yeah.
not hearing rude, but I don't have to come up with something to say next because
Right.
that's,
Right. Yeah. Because your brain kind of goes blank too. Like it's
it
not
goes,
that you're not wanting to say
yeah, it
anything.
goes blank. So you can't think of anything to say,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's the most mundane thing, you know, like the
Mm-hmm.
weather or whatever. You can't think of anything to say. And then if you do, as soon as you say it, then your brain's like, was that stupid? Did I say too much? Did I said something else? What are they thinking
Yeah.
about me now? You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably nothing more comforting than when you get in your car and you start heading home. It's just like my space.
kind of, but then your brain likes to replay everything and be like,
Oh,
be
yeah,
like,
I
you
suppose.
should have said this, or you acted really stupid, or they're probably
Oh,
thinking that you're whatever because of whatever
yeah.
you did. I mean, I don't know. It could be
Right,
even the
right.
smallest thing that really has absolutely no idea. Nobody is ever thinking of it except for you.
Hmm. Yeah. And then for you, it probably sticks out like a neon banner glowing over your head, you know. Oh man. So, okay. So we have a book that is very Christmassy, has a lot of rom-com, also has some serious issues in it, which I love. I absolutely adore that because I love books that can tackle the hard while having fun. I think that's a special
Yeah,
talent.
I like to say it's like deep but not shallow.
Oh, I love that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay, that's
or
perfect.
deep and still light. I don't know. You can have a deep book that's not heavy. I think that's normal.
Yes.
Like, you can have a deep book,
Yes.
it's not heavy. It's still light.
Right. Right. And then for readers who are listening to this podcast, there nobody dies in your books either, right? I mean, there's no murders, there's no
Yeah.
ghosts, there's nothing
Nothing
violent.
happened. Yeah, the most violent thing that happens is Christmas paper roll fencing, you know.
Oh, I love doing that. I do that with my kids every year. I think that should be a Christmas tradition in all homes is sword fights or yeah, with
Well,
the
what else are you supposed to do with them
I don't know.
besides
But
get out? Like,
have
you
you
know,
noticed though,
pirate.
with a lot of Christmas wrapping now, they're not doing tubes, they're doing rolled
Yes,
up brown
it's
paper that's a
cold.
little yeah.
They're still in a circle, so you can still do it, but they're definitely not, they're more flimsy.
They are, because like when I was a kid, I would club my brother on the side of the head with the hard, and then it would be an all-out war as to who could hurt the other
That would
one. And
hurt,
now,
yeah.
yeah, now it's just like, oh, my sword bent in half because it's paper.
Probably did it for that reason.
Probably. A lot of mothers complaining.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if readers want to find out more about your book and find out more about you, because you also have other books to your name, this is not your only one. How can readers find out more about Sarah Monzon?
They can go to my website, sarahmonzonwrites.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, places like that.
I like that. So, and they can find all the social media off your website then.
Yes.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well, Sarah, thank you for being on the podcast today. Thank you for being open about social anxiety and being a voice for those people who experience that. And this has just been fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How do I end this?
I don't know. Now I'm just gonna go back and ruminate of like, oh, should you have said that? Should you have
Oh,
said that?
yeah. Okay.